Hello, students. This is the fourth chapter of your book, First Flight, from the Diary of Anne Frank. This chapter is taken from the book, The Diary of a Young Girl, written by Anne Frank. Anne Frank, she was a small girl. She has started writing her diary at the age of very young age, at the age of 13, and she died at the age of 16. So this book was converted, her diary was converted into a book, and this was done by his father, Otto Frank. Okay, this is some information given here of Anne Frank, and this is an excerpt taken from that book, The Diary of a Young Girl. Let's go through it. Her full name is Anneliese Mary Annie Frank, born on 12 June 1929, February. Okay, this is 12 June 1929. This is 12 February, 12 June 1929. February or March 1945. Okay, so there is confusion in between February or March when she died. Okay. So in between February and March, she died in 1945. She was a German born Jewish girl. She was Jewish, and that is why she has to lost her life because of Jewish girl who wrote while in hiding with her family and four friends in Amsterdam during the German occupation of the Netherlands in World War II. So they were living in earlier they were in Germany, but because of Hitler's attack on Jewish people, they left Germany and they started living in Netherlands. Even before, okay, when they shifted to Netherlands, and when in Second World War, German attacked Netherlands also, and German occupied Netherlands. So at that time in World War II, when he attacked there, because of German soldiers, because of Hitler's policy, they had to hide themselves. So her family had moved to Amsterdam after the Nazis gained power in Germany, but were trapped when the Nazi occupation extended into the Netherlands. So they were trapped when their power extended to Netherlands. As persecutions against the Jewish population increased. So this is because that Hitler didn't want Jewish people to increase their population so that they should not be powerful in Germany. So that is why he started killing all Jewish people. The family went into hiding in July. Okay, went into hiding in July 1942 in hidden rooms in her father Otto Frank's office building. So there was office building of Otto Frank, his father. So they did such kind of partition that nobody should notice that there is any room also behind that partition. So they had made some arrangements in the office, and they hidden themselves, their family, in that part of the office, and they shifted there in July 1940. After 2 years in hiding, the group was betrayed and transported to the concentration camp again. And somebody who used to jealous with Otto Frank, so he had given information to British soldiers that a Jewish family is hiding in this office. So German soldiers attacked in that office and they captured all Otto Frank's family, the whole family. And after that, they all were sent to the concentration camp. Okay, transported to the concentration camp system where Annie died of typhus. Typhus is a disease, and because of that, she died in Bergen-Belsen. This is a place where she died within days of her sister's Margot Frank. And when within a few days, Her sister also, she also died. Her father Otto, the only survivor of the group. So he was the only survivor of the group. Returned to Amsterdam after the war ended. And when a war was ended, he returned to Amsterdam to find that her diary had been saved. And he knew that she has a habit of writing diary. So Otto Frank came to Amsterdam to find out that diary. Convinced that it was a unique record, he took action to have it published in English under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. And he took action, he got it published. This diary was published under the name The Diary of a Young Girl. The diary was given to Anne Frank for her 13th birthday and chronicles the events of her life from 12th June 1942 until its final entry of 1st August 1944. So she got this diary on her 13th birthday, and she has started writing all those events in a chronicle manner. Were written there from 12th June 1942 till 1st August 1944. It was eventually translated from its original Dutch into many languages and became one of the world's most widely read books. So this was originally written in Dutch language, and now it is translated into various languages, and this book is the most widely read books till now. There have also been several films, televisions, and theatrical productions. I believe you might have watched any kind of films on this, and even an opera based on the diary. So even opera is also presented based on this diary. Described as the work of a mature and insightful mind, the diary provides an intimate examination of daily life under Nazi occupation. So this is the only one proof we can say that against Hitler and against Nazis, that what kind of treatment these people were doing with Jewish people. So this is the original proof. Anne Frank has become one of the most renowned and discussed of the Holocaust victims. So she has become famous because of this diary, and she was the victim of this treacherous or hard life. Okay, let's start the chapter. This is the way how the diaries are written: journal, diary, log, memory. I believe that you all know that what is the meaning of diary and how to write diary. So leave this part. Let's start the chapter. Okay, writing in a diary is a really strange experience for someone like me. So how she has how she has started writing her diary when she got it on her 13th birthday. So this is the way how she has started writing diary. So not only because I have never written anything before, but also because it seems to me that later on neither I nor anyone else will be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old schoolgirl. So at that time she was not sure that musings means thoughts. Okay. So at that time she was not at all sure whether anybody would be interested to read the diary of a 13-year-old girl, because we know that what a 13-year-old girl can write down. So nobody is interested, not even she. She said that when I'll become young enough, even I won't be interested to read out my diary. So, oh well, it doesn't matter. I feel like writing. And I have an even greater need to get all kinds of things off my chest. So this is the original way. Why do we write diary? Because whatever thoughts are there in our mind, no matter whether it is good or bad, we want it to share with somebody. Okay, but there are certain things in our mind that we cannot share it with everybody. Okay, and we hardly believe anybody that he will keep my secrets within his heart. Okay, so that is why this is the best way. to reveal your thoughts, to reveal your secrets, and to put all your imagination thoughts in the diary. So that is why she has started writing it. Paper has more patience than people. This is really very right, that paper has more patience than people. I thought of this saying on one of those days when I was feeling a little depressed and was sitting at home with my chin in my hands, bored and listless, wondering whether to stay in or go out. I finally stayed where I was brooding. Yes, paper does have more patience, and since I'm not planning to let anyone else read this stiff backed notebook, Brandley referred to as a diary. Okay, so one day when I was feeling quite bored, so at that time she started thinking that I finally stayed where I was brooding. Brooding means thinking all. Okay, and then she decided that she should write down something. And on this is a kind of notebook, but she said that grandly referred means she announced it, and she said that to said it to herself that no, this is my diary. Unless I should ever find a real friend, it probably won't make a bit of difference. And she decided to say everything, write down everything, unless she said that I'll find a good friend with whom I can share everything. Okay, and she said now she decided that there isn't any difference between a friend or diary, so it's better to write down on a diary. Now I'm back to the point that prompted me to keep a diary in the first place. I don't have a friend, so she rather believed more on diary instead of friend, and even then she said that I have hardly any friend. Let me put it more clearly, since no one will believe that a 13-year-old girl is completely alone in the world. Okay, and she also said that nobody will believe that a 13-year-old girl has hardly have any friend, and I'm not. And she said that yes, it is true. I don't have any. I have loving parents and 16-year-old sister, and there are about 30 people I can call friends. I have a family, loving aunts, and a good home. No one on the surface I seem to have everything except my one true friend. Okay, though she is saying that she has everything. She has her good family, sister, mother, father, everybody, and aunt. But she even then she is saying that she has hardly any true friend. All I think about when I am with friends is having a good time. I can't bring myself to talk about anything but ordinary, everyday things. She's saying that she can only talk everyday, very normal things with her family. She cannot reveal her secrets with her family. We don't seem to be able to get any closer, and that's the problem. And that is the main problem, that you always want to share something which is there inside your heart with someone. Okay, and whom you really trust. Maybe it's my fault that we don't confide in each other. And she's saying that it is maybe it's my fault that we don't have any confidence on each other. That is why we don't have complete faith on each other, so we don't trust and we don't share anything. In any case, that's just how things are, and unfortunately, they are not liable to change. And she's saying that my family will not change because of me, and this is why I have started the diary, and that is why she finally decided to write and say everything to the diary. To enhance the image of this long awaited friend in my imagination, I don't want to jot down the facts in this diary the way most people would do, but I want the diary to be my friend, and I'm going to call this friend Kitty. Okay, she said that she is not going to jot down those things which people don't recall, they don't remember, like all the bells, all kind of bells, and such kind of things. She said that I'm not going to jot down all such kind of things. Rather, I will call my diary my friend. I will share my emotions and my feelings with this diary. Okay, and she made this diary her friend, and she also named it Kitty. Okay, since no one would understand a word of my stories to Kitty, if I were to plunge right in, I would better provide a brief sketch of my life, much as I dislike doing so. She said that if plunge means just jump, start writing down something. Okay, so she said that if I have to just plunge, so why don't I start with my own information? First, I would say something about me, then I'll start writing down. Though she said that I don't like all such kind of things, but even said she said that I'll do this. My father, the most adorable father I have ever seen, didn't marry my mother until he was 36. So his father got married at the age of 36, and she was 25. Her mother was 25. My sister Margot was born in Frankfurt in Germany in 1926. So she was elder sister. She was born in 1926. I was born on 12th June 1929. I lived in Frankfurt until I was four. So she lived till she was four in Frankfurt. My father emigrated to Holland in 1933. My mother, Edith Hollander Frank, went with him to Holland in September, while Margaret and I were sent to Aachen to stay with our grandmother. Okay, they both, mom and dad, were sister to Holland, and these two sisters were shifted to Aachen with their grandmother. Margot went to Holland in December, and she also went to Holland in December, and I followed in February. And then she went to Holland in February, when I was plunked down on the table as a birthday present for Margaret. At that time, she was uh, so that was she shifted in February. Okay, so there must be the birthday of Margot, and when she reached there, she was gifted Margot as a present. I started right away at the Montessori Nursery School. I stayed there until I was 6, at which time I studied in the first form. In the sixth form, my teacher was Mrs. Cupers. So, in the sixth form, maybe in sixth class, the teacher was Mrs. Cupers, the headmistress. At the end of the year, we were both in tears, and when the school was over, both were in tears as we said a heartbreaking farewell. Then she had to go in another school. That is why they both were sad because of deportation. In the summer of 1941, Grandma fell ill and had to have an operation. So my birthday passed with little celebration because of her grandma. There was the birthday was quite normal. It was not grandly celebrated. Grandma died in January 1942. She died in January 1942. No one knows how often I think of her and still love her. And at the time of writing diary, she is saying that even now I really love her. This birthday celebration in 1942 was intended to make up for the other, and Grandma's candle was lit along with the rest. Okay. So though they celebrated her birthday in 1942, but it was not exactly like the birthday celebration because of her grandma's death. The four of us are still doing well, and that brings me to the present day of 20th June 1942 and the solemn dedication of my diary. So, this was the day of 20th June 1942, and she said something uh, quite important. That is why she said that this is a solemn dedication of my diary. Here she has written this: Saturday, 20th June 1942. Dearest Kitty, our entire class is quaking in its boots. They were making sounds. Quaking in boots means shaking with fear and nervousness. Okay. So our entire class is quaking in boots means they were all shaking with fear and nervousness. The reason, of course, in the forthcoming meeting in which the teachers decide who will move up to the next form and who will be kept back. Okay, so their results might be going to announced. So that is why they were all in fear. Half the class is making bets. GN and I laugh ourselves silly at the two boys behind us. Okay, these are the short form of friend, GN, CN, and Jacques. Okay, who have staked their entire holiday savings on their bet from morning to night. It's you are going to pass. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. Even J is pleading glances, and my angry outburst can't calm them down. If you ask me, there are so many dummies that about a quarter of the class should be kept back. But teachers are the most unpredictable creatures on earth. Okay, she is saying that though in the class, half of the class is dumb, they should not be passed. But she is saying that teachers are most unpredictable creatures of the world. So they pass even those terms. I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself. The only subject I'm not sure about is maths. Okay, she was not good in maths. She said that. Okay, what has happened? I'm not so worried about my girlfriends and myself will make it. The only subject I'm not sure about is maths.